Hi, everyone. I'm Matt Clark, research analyst for Money and Markets here with your weekly marijuana market update. I want to start by thanking each and every one of you who watch our videos every week. It's a volatile time to be in the market, but know that Adam, Charles, and I have your back, and we're going to help you through it. So just make sure you stay tuned here on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, get notified every time we post up a new video. I'd also encourage you to check out moneyandmarkets.com. We'll put that address right down there on our website. You can search our proprietary stock rating system and get the ratings of thousands of stocks out there that we rate. You'll see a breakdown of fundamental and technical ratings, which make up the overall stock rating. You can just type in the ticker or company in the search bar that's located in the top right of the homepage. You'll see its ranking, stock chart, fundamental data, any analysis we publish, and it's all at your fingertips. You can also build your own watch list and track stock performance all on the site, and it's all for free. Now, I'm going to start today's marijuana market update with an overview of our Money and Markets Cannabis Index, but then tell you that while things may be down, there are ways to find opportunities in a market downturn. Now, the Money Markets Cannabis Index takes cannabis stocks and puts them into an equal weighted index to track the performance of the broader cannabis market. It's kind of a way to give a comprehensive look at the overall state of the cannabis market. Now, as we can see, the broader cannabis market saw a nice run into December of 2021, but since the start of 2022, that market has been in significant decline. This correlates more with the movements of the broader market than it really does signifying a shift in investor sentiment in cannabis stocks. Basically, it means that the cannabis market is moving lower because the broader market is basically moving lower, not necessarily because there's something wrong with cannabis stocks outside of the fact of they trade at low volume. Now, as of this recording, all three U.S. indexes are down year to date. The S&P 500 is off 12.4%. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 9%. And the tech-heavy NASDAQ Composite has fallen 19.5%. Those are all year to date. Cannabis stocks have seen a 23.8% decline according to our index value. But now, does this mean that it's a bad time to invest in cannabis stocks? Well, the short answer I have for you is not necessarily. Keep in mind, politics has been a significant headwind for the cannabis market. Optimism was really high in 2021 as several U.S. states and even Congress was openly discussing legalizing cannabis in some form. However, that political pressure has now related to infrastructure spending and the overall federal budget. And that's moved the cannabis discussion way to the back of the line in terms of priority, especially in Congress. Now, it's likely to remain that way as now we're facing even more pressure with issues regarding inflation, the conflict between Russia and Ukraine that's putting more pressure on the cost of goods and services. We've got supply chain issues that are broad. There's a lot of other things here that are at play. So it's not necessarily the fact that cannabis stocks are bad or that investors are rotating out of them. It's just that we're seeing this broad headwind just really pushing against the broader market. Cannabis already being a bit more volatile than traditional stocks, you're going to see more of that volatility and a bit stronger of a pullback. Now, I, for one, remain very bullish on the cannabis market, but you really have to know where to look. Now, if you're a more risk-averse investor, cannabis stocks are not likely the ones you want to add to your portfolio. But the recent downturn in the market has presented some interesting valuations for some cannabis stocks that could make them attractive for investors seeking out a strong value. Now, take, for example, a question that I received from Leo. He said, "Hello, Matt. Can you give me an update on the future prospects of Charlotte's Web? It was an industry favorite in 2019 when I purchased it, but I can't find anything substantive in the cannabis press. Your feedback would be greatly appreciated. Best regards, Leo." Well, thank you for your question, Leo. And this question works perfectly into this broader conversation that I'm having today. Charlotte's Web Holdings trades over the counter. Its ticker symbol is CTWBF. It's a Colorado-based hemp and CBD producer. Now, in the last 12 months, the stock price for Charlotte's Web has dropped about 79% and has been in free fall since the summer of 2021. The company did report a stronger revenue picture in 2021. Its total annual revenue for the fiscal year was around $99 million compared to just $95.2 million the year before. Analysts forecast total annual revenue of around $119 million for this year. So there's a nice uptick in revenue expected for Charlotte's Web. And there has been some news regarding the company that has pushed the price up a bit in January and February. The company announced it was selling its gummies at GNC locations in 24 states in January. There was a clinical trial in February that showed the company's hemp extract had positive effects on stress, sleep, and well-being. And the company has now started developing its own CBD-based beverages They started that development in February. But there's something interesting more to look at here. If we examine Charlotte's Web on our Money Markets Cannabis Power Rating system, we can see one thing that stands out. Its value. Overall, the stock rate's a 45, which gives us a pretty neutral position on the stock. It scores a bearish 14 on momentum. As we can see, the stock has been in free fall since last year. However, Charlotte's Web scores an 86 on value. The drop in stock prices made Charlotte's Web a very attractive value, as its current price to sales ratio is 1.55 compared to the broader industry it's compared to ratio of 4.5. Now, it also trades with a price to book value of 0.63 compared to an industry peers average of 1.45. This indicates that Charlotte's Web is a very strong value at its current price, especially compared to its peers. And it's not alone. I've got three other companies here that are also performing very well on the value side of things. Momentum side, we have to kind of take away a bit because most cannabis stocks have been in free fall. But Fire and Flower Holding Corporation trades over the counter. The ticker symbol is FFLWF. It's a Canadian independent cannabis retailer. It scores a 99 on value on our rating system. It trades with a price to sales ratio of 0.09 and a price to book value ratio of 0.13. Then we have Decibel Cannabis Company Incorporated, trades over the counter. The ticker is DB. That's D as in David, B as in boy, C as in Charlie, C as in Charlie, F as in Frank. So DBCCF. It's another Canadian cannabis retailer, scores a 93 on value with a price to sales ratio of 0.77 and a price to book ratio of 0.79. And then finally, I have Eve and Company Incorporated, trades over the counter. The ticker symbol is EEVVF. EEVVF. It's a cannabis company that gears a lot of its products towards women, which is kind of an interesting market to try to tap into in the cannabis space. It trades with a price to sales ratio of 0.45 and a price to book value of 0.14. These are just three examples of stocks whose charts really don't look that attractive, but do present solid trading values. Again, if you're a risk-averse investor, a stock being undervalued is not likely going to be enough to get you interested. But the bottom line is that even when the market is down, there are some potential buying opportunities if you know where to look. The immediate future for the cannabis market remains unclear, but I don't think we're necessarily at the bottom just yet. I talked about this earlier in 2021 when we started seeing that, or 2022 rather, in January, where we started to see that bottom. I said, I don't think we're done yet, and we're not. So I still think we still have some bottom left to reach. So buying on the dip is a little dangerous because you can buy on a dip, but we don't know when that dip's going to end. So you could buy at one price, the dip continues, and your portfolio is going to see losses. That means you have to wait an even longer period of time before you start seeing gains back to the positive. So it's why I don't look at just one factor when determining potential investments. One factor alone really doesn't tell a story, but it can be a motivator. Now, while Charlotte's Web may not be a buy right now, when we do see an uptrend in its stock price, we'll have momentum and value on our side to buy. So in addition to seeking out cannabis stocks with strong value, I like to see some positive upside in stock price momentum before jumping in. When a stock's already moving higher, it's more likely the stock will continue moving in that direction for a period of time. Whereas if you buy the dip, it could go lower and you see losses and a longer time to recoup those losses and see a gain. If it's already moving up, the potential is much greater that it's going to keep moving up and you're going to see more immediate gains in your portfolio. Leo, thank you so much for your question. I think it worked very well with the message that it's important to look at more than just the position of a stock to determine whether it's a buy opportunity. With cannabis stocks, value can speak volumes as well. Now, if you do have a question about a cannabis stock or the broader market, email me. My email address you can reach me at is feedback@moneyandmarkets.com. We'll drop that down below. Or comment below here on our YouTube channel. If you send us a question and we use it, you're going to get some free Money and Markets gear. We've got t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts. Leo, we're going to get in contact with you, and my team's going to send some stuff your way for asking your question and us using it. So again, you send a question to either feedback@moneyandmarkets.com, which is our email address, or you comment below on YouTube, and we're going to hook you up with some Money and Markets gear. Don't forget about all the great content we have on our YouTube channel. It is the best investment insight, and it is yours all for free. Follow me on Twitter, where you'll get even more insights, not just the broader market, cannabis, but also a wealth of other things like sports, things like that. If you follow me, I try to follow you back, although Twitter kind of has this really weird rule about how many people you can follow. So I'm kind of locked out of it right now, but I'm working on getting that fixed. But you can follow me on Twitter. Invest with Matt C is my Twitter handle. So find me at Invest with Matt C on Twitter. Again, thanks to everyone who watches our videos every week. We do it because we want to want to give you the best insights, not just in the cannabis investing, but the broader market, give you economic insights, and really bolster your portfolio. And we want to give all that to you. We use YouTube as one of those avenues to do that. Our other avenue, moneymarkets.com. We publish new content each and every day that provides safe, sound, smart, simple, profitable investment information for your portfolio. I'm Matt Clark, research analyst for Money Markets, host of the Marijuana Market Update. Until next time, everyone, safe trading.